Sponsor an orphan, and you'll help support a vulnerable child to have the education they've always dreamed of, so they can build a brighter future. You'll be feeding a hungry stomach and a hungry mind with knowledge that will last them a lifetime. That's the power of an education. Sponsor an orphan now with Islamic Relief.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everybody. How are you? This is Preacher Moss reporting to you from Dearborn, Michigan. Get ready to do a little show, a little something for EHF El Hibri Foundation. They're out of DC, but they're here in Dearborn. They're going to be promoting the big event, which is called the Peace Awards. So I've been a part of El Hibri for quite a number of years. I want to say about 4 years, definitely participating in the workshops, some of the narrative workshops. I've performed for them. I've been an MC at one of their Peace Awards, the best MC they ever had, by the way. But today they are moving logistically and bringing this whole program to Dearborn, Michigan. So today is sort of like an Eid celebration, a late Eid celebration. And I'm very much looking forward to connecting with brothers and sisters here in the Dearborn area and the Detroit area. I want to give a shout out for so many people. You know, two of my favorite people, Lee and Shireen Smith, longtime Detroit residents. They're over in the Middle East now, but love those guys, man. You know, one of the first times I came to Detroit for real as a Muslim was to see them, and just a great relationship. Want to take some time out at the top of the show. I want to make sure I send out sincere du'as to Imam Anwar and Imam Anis Muhammad out of Philadelphia. They lost their sister day before yesterday, so we want to make sure we're doing that. Also, continue prayers for Big Bill Walk, my main man, William Walker III, who passed away as well. So peace and blessings to your family. You know, those things being said, our topic today is valuing life, and what I mean by valuing life is to have a bit of a compass away from what we see on television, which is murder, the loss of life. You know, so when you lose something, you don't really understand the depth of what you lost unless you really value it. So a lot of times when we're talking about murder, I look at it as a very barbaric act, but it's a very empty act. It's a very narcissistic act in the context that in my business, we say that it's the height of negative attention seeking. Again, the height of negative attention seeking. You are so possessed to an extent whereby this is the only solution. Now, of course, there's different aspects of this whole thing, but the whole thing about valuing life, I want to make sure that I take it back today. That somehow we take back this whole notion of what life is. That we are spiritually and euphemistically aware of how important this thing is. That to bring a life into the world is tremendous. When a life leaves, it's tremendous. The life lived between these two pillars is amazing. The people you meet, the people who meet you, how you affect them, how they affect you, your goals, your dreams, your wins, your losses, successes, and failures are all a part of this thing called life. And I want to make sure that we're very, very clear, or I'm very, very clear to you that I'm in a good place in my life. I appreciate what I have. I appreciate the people around me, my support team, people who are what we say are in my COI, circle of influence, people who have been around me and they are trustworthy people who have been around me for years and years and years. And even when we lose people from that circle, it's not like we lost them because they loved us so much, they valued us so much that they left their wisdom. They left examples of compassion and mercy that we can follow. In some cases, they left us examples of manhood and adulthood and Islamic jurisprudence and just the idea this is what a walking, talking real man or walking, talking real woman look like. So today's show, we're going to be talking about valuing human life. Not just living it, but valuing human life here on the ShOUT Show. I'm Preacher Moss. Let's go ahead and get rolling. Hey, we're back. Well, let me explain the dress, brothers and sisters. I am going to be performing here at the El Hibri Foundation. I guess warm up Eid celebration for the Peace Awards they're going to be having in October. I believe I'll be emceeing that. I don't know. I might be out of the country. Allah knows best. But it's interesting. I enjoy every once in a while putting on some nice clothes. It was funny when I was younger. I didn't like it. I like my jeans and my Timberlands, and I still love those things. But I've learned and evolved in some regards to say that, you know what, those things are wonderful, but we mature. And as a part of valuing life and living life, we begin to appreciate things and people and opportunities that are around us. So before we get into our topic today, what I would like to do is appreciate the lives of the stars in the building, the Shout Out Show family, Shout Out Show soldiers. Let's go ahead and get them in here. Sister Ree, assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How you doing, sis? I did call you twice. I didn't get through on your line right before the show. So let's try and connect after the show or right before I have to do this El Hibri thing. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that Brother Derek is doing well. And I hope that your sunshine, your star, your star in the sky, Juwan, is doing well. Please give them my greetings and expressing them the blessings I wish to be upon them. Nice to see you on the show. Next up, Altaf Rashid. We have promoted Altaf from Canadian ambassador to Canadian envoy. Let's say Canadian special envoy, Mr. 6 o'clock, Mr. Straight Up, Straight Down, my main man. Thank you so much for joining our show. And you know what, man? When you see your people, your family, you tell them Preacher Mon said, Wa alaikum assalam wa barakatuh. We want them to get all the blessings, if you will. So please convey my greetings to them. And of course, brother, best wishes to you and everything and all that you do. Thank you so much for joining us today. Next up, Bilal Salahuddin and his sister Sonia. How you doing? Yeah, I got cleaned up because you were making Moses jokes yesterday, but that's okay. I clean up nice. Now I'm not selling final calls, not just yet, but I do clean up nice. And I just want to thank you and the sister for hanging in there. And you keep putting it. For those that don't know, Bilal installs illegal cable. So you get with him after the show. he installs illegal cable. You only get 3 channels: ABC, CBS, and NBC. Hey, Bilal, that's funny. Next up, who we got next up? Brother Eric, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How y'all doing down there in Houston, man? They were showing stuff over here in Detroit. They said the newscast was losing power. People were trying to do the weather. It's hot, and then it was going off and coming back on. I think we should make a dua for air conditioners in the city of Houston. It is the temperature in Houston right now is 10 hell. That's what it is, 10 hell. So, stay cool now. Stay cool. All right, next up, Aisha, all the way from Depok, Indonesia. So nice of you to join us today. We hope everything's going well with you and your family. Thank you so much for being a part of our platform. Next up, wa alaikum assalam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, little brother. I will see you tomorrow. For sure, I'll call you once I land in Chicago. It'll be a little early, but your brother calls early, and I'll hit you when I'm coming up on the shuttle. I should get to Milwaukee around 11, unless I can change my flight. But I'll let you know. Just so you guys don't know, we have a show in Milwaukee with CARE, Council on American Islamic Relations. The national office has a tour going out called Get Out the Joke. Sort of like Get Out the Vote, but they're trying to raise over 200,000 new signatures, new people on the voter rolls. And we're going to be in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at the Marcus Performing Arts Theater, downtown Milwaukee. All right. Oh, look who decided to join us today. Our Islamic scholar teacher, that would be Sister Satana Whitfield, who will be in Bilal, Sonia, everybody. She's going to come on the show and properly recite Surah Fatiha because I believe we've all been doing it wrong for the last 35 years, and she's here to correct our errors. She's here to bring the tajweed. You know, I said tajweed, not weed, tajweed. Because some people are like weed, no tajweed. Yeah, be careful how you say tajweed. So, sister Satana, make sure that you work on that. We're gonna dedicate the whole show, and it's gonna take you 30 minutes just to do Al Fatiha. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. All right, let's get to our topic today. So, I'm gonna talk about noise. So, the beginning of this thing has to do with noise. From one of the earliest just recognition as a child, one of the worst noises I ever heard was a mother crying. Let me explain this. A mother crying, a mother who is distraught, a mother who has a tremendous sense of loss. And I heard that when I was young. I want to say about 5 or 6. And a young man had been killed in a car accident. And it's a tragic loss of life, but these are the things that happen as we go through life. You know, anything can happen. If no days are guaranteed, but it just resonated with me. But the thing that was different is that she knew what happened, that there was a car accident that resulted in this tragic thing, and she could understand that. Maybe the brakes didn't work. Maybe the other driver wasn't paying attention. Maybe a tire blew out. But it fell within the scope of driving an automobile that there's a tendency or an opportunity at all times, or possibility that there could be an accident. Now you flip forward a couple years, and I heard that noise, but it was a lot more eerie. And it was a lot more eerie because a young man had lost his life, but we didn't know why. When I say we didn't know why, we couldn't understand that the person who killed him valued his life, but didn't value the other person's life. You see what I'm saying? He valued his life, but he didn't value the life that he took. This is probably a larger conversation I have with some of the brothers in the prisons as they reflect. And they got a lot of time to reflect on it, but they reflect on that moment whereby at some point in time, the balance was off. The balance was off. You know, the attention had to be, in some regards, established. And if it couldn't be established, then I would take it. Whether it be the gun, the knife, or whatever, the seat, I have to have it. And that overcompensation creates a situation. Now it's difficult for me because I remember those things, and ironically, I can remember where you were or where I was when significant people in my life passed away. Be it my grandmother, be it my grandfather, my aunts, my big brother Reggie. I always knew, but it was different because I had an opportunity to value the lives of people who valued life. Let me explain. There's a justification that we have every day when we get up. That somehow, someplace, some way that we have a position in this world, in this creation. And that position grows, because you have accountability and responsibility. You seek out new challenges, and in seeking out new challenges and taking on new personalities, you understand that this is such a huge mosaic. It's a huge mosaic, and you may play, if that little bit of amount of a place in it, or you may have that much effort in it. Cool. You never ever got wrapped up in the fact that you didn't value life and the people around you didn't value life. We can have disagreements, we can have arguments in our families, but it never rose to the fact where I might not agree with you. I might sadly disrespect you, but it doesn't mean I don't value you. So when I started thinking about this, I said, man, one of the most important things about learning how to value life is recognizing leadership. Is recognizing leadership that leads you or brings you to a certain point in time, and it baptizes you. When I say it baptizes you, I mean it plops you right in the middle of it, and it says, "Where's all your acquired knowledge and domain knowledge? If you don't have it, I'm going to give it to you." And life says, "Let me give you value. Let me show you how to learn value." You know, we do these workshops. We talk about concept development and creativity and da da da. That is nothing more than I've lived a different life, and I just want to share information. Any one of you out there could do the same thing I'm doing and be as effective, if not more effective, because everybody has a narrative that's tied to certain components of a life lived. You know, my good friend, I miss him, may Allah be pleased with him, you know, Imam Qasim Ahmed. When we would have our little off the grid lunches or dinner, he would talk about life and he would get me really, really excited because he would say that life comes with the fact that we have natural excellence in us. Let me break that down. He said, we come with an abundance of natural excellence. And he said, when you get out in the world, the idea is that you figure out how to hold on to as much of that excellence as you need to, but at the same time, you figure out how much of that excellence you need to use to make the things around you excellent as well. Human excellence. And I realized that when I was a kid and I heard those voices of those mothers and those fathers, I realized that somehow, somewhere, excellence had been snuffed out. That we won't get to see certain things. That you will cry for people that you've never, ever, ever met before. And you say, why are you crying? Because we all have this DNA about excellence. You know, I remember when Kobe Bryant passed away. Tremendous, tremendous basketball player. And I could live with his basketball career. He won championships. But when I looked at his overall creative narrative and what he was doing, and when he won an Academy Award and he started taking his excellence and sharing it with other people, man, this is, I do not question Allah's will. When we got to go, you got to go. But when he was taken, I was hurting. I cried like a newborn baby. Because one was selfishness, because I wanted to see that excellence play out. It had nothing to do with me. I was a spectator in a different way. And when we talk about valuing human life, we're talking about instilling, again, leadership and direction. One of the things that scares me about kids today, and it scared me for a long time. So it's not like kids today. I take that back. Going back to 92 and being a school teacher, but even going back to 89 and being an outreach worker, understanding, coming out of the crack wars, understanding that children did not have the same type of leadership. It was not the type of leadership in some regards that fended them off from the wolves, the drug dealers, the money, all of that, the absenteeism in terms of parenting, all that type of stuff. And I'm not talking about divorce. I'm talking about, if you will, just presence. That kids got away from presence. And let's be really clear. You can have a great mom and you can have a great dad. But if you're not in the mindset of following their leadership and following their example, then it's a wasted effort, not on their part, but on your part. You see, because a mother and a father, they have relationships in terms of how life is played out. Whatever relationship, husband, wife, brother, sister, but it's vital. You know, you can't find it anywhere else. And so as I started breaking this down, you know, I thought about, you know, where we're going to go with this. I'm going to take a break and we'll come back. All right. talking about valuing life here on the Shout Out Show. We'll be right back. Hey, babies. Welcome to Radio WCUC, Convenient Urgent Care, home of the smart patient. This is DJ What It Do. You know what time it is. It's the top of the hour, and the request lines are open. You know what you want to hear. I know what you want to hear. Operators are waiting.
I just gotta hear "Don't Get the COVID."
Don't get the COVID. Put your mask back on. The Delta COVID, more contagious than before. Don't get the COVID. Go on and get the vaccine. You know that it can keep you safe, and your people living up in your space. Don't get the COVID. You need to wash your hands. The Delta COVID is more deadly than before. Don't get the COVID. Go on and get your vaccine. You know that it can keep you from dying. Don't leave your family all alone and crying. Don't get the COVID.
We invite you to join our fight against COVID and against misinformation. It's time to listen to the doctors and trust the science.
When I think of people dying that don't have to die, it makes me sad. Now's the time to be sober. Together we can make this thing over. Let's fight the COVID. Convenient urgent care, home of the smart patient.
Shout out to Convenient Urgent Care, all our sponsors, present, past, and future. I want to give a shout out to Convenient Urgent Care. My main man, Jazz Siad. I hope you're doing well, brother. He had a little family emergency with his father over in India. He had to go over. I think he's back now, but duas out to you, to the Siad, the Saeed family. I keep saying Siad. I mean Saeed family. Apologies. And all of our sponsors. Of course, BeFinanciallyIndependent.com. Oh, snap. I missed a meeting today. I have to call. www.BeFinanciallyIndependent.com. Call 202-508-3780. We're going to give a shout out to UsHub.tv. UsHub.tv coming up with a comedy special at the end of the month. Hopefully we'll be shooting that. And inshallah, I'll let you know about that after my meeting tomorrow. And we're going to give a shout out to Bayan Islamic Graduate School. Again, that's Bayan Islamic Graduate School. You can go to bayanonline.org. Again, that's bayanonline.org. And who else we got? We got one more, don't we? There you go. Convenient Urgent Care. www.convenienturgent.com. And, of course, we're going to give a shout out to, of course, Islamic Relief USA, doing great things here and abroad. So let's get back to the topic while we have a couple minutes. Okay. What is the components, or what are the aspects where you know that you really, really value in life? I'm asking, and I think one of the things that I've really, really recognized is that people see you differently in different phases of your life. That people talk to you, they react to you differently, and it's nothing controversial, or there's no conflict. It's just that people have seen you live your life a certain way, and they accept that. They respect that you've developed some type of template. So every time they see you, they know that that's the thing. It's sort of like Islam. You know, you start out as a Muslim convert, and you're there, and then all of a sudden people don't really see you as a convert. They're not trying to give you all that advice. They're going, so-and-so, brother, that brother, sister's kind of seasoned, and they know that you know where to go get information if you want to expand on your Islamic knowledge. Or even, as Christians, we see people evolve. I remember being in the church, and I didn't really understand the church because I had some very rudimentary issues about church and the trilogy and things like that. And that goes back to a young age. But here I am at my age now, and I appreciate the church. I appreciate everything that they did for me, that they laid a particular groundwork that I can never, ever, ever, ever deny and never, ever disrespect, because that groundwork kept me connected to where I am now. Not just the religious, theological implications of Christianity, but I'm talking about the communal implications, that I grew up in a tradition that protected me. This is a religion that protected me. And when I got to older, I understood Islam, and I said, this is another religion that protected me too. So, and it has so much to do with life. You know, we only get one life, right? You only get one life. But you also get lives that come along with it. That took me a lot of years to figure out. You only get one life, but you also have lives that come along with it. That as you go through life, people will attach value to you, whether it be friendships, whether it be family, whether it be business. It doesn't really matter. It's just that people have a certain genetic quality. People love what you do. And might I even have people love you. And maybe the value of human life is that people get to experience love. Not just compassion, mercy, love. The joy of seeing your mother after a certain amount of time. I remember with COVID, seeing my mom after God knows how many months and just being able to look at her and understand that so many people weren't going to be able to do that. You know, the protecting and how we framed ourselves. This is a show that started during COVID, you know, and we can look literally at the benchmarks of where COVID was when it was deadly, when it was abating and politics and all of that. And here we are, whether we want to admit it or not, whether we acknowledge it or not. I said, we're still a community just here on the Shout Out Show of the people we have that are bound by this communal agreement, if you will, not a creedal statement, but a communal agreement that we meet here 6 to 6:30 or 5 to 5:30 or 3 to 3:30, wherever you are. And it's just a really nice, safe place, a place of love and respect and care. So those are the things I want to think about. And I got to break this out. Satan, I didn't even tell you. I'm trying to expand on my look. You guys know I've been wearing Wiggins hats for the last, God knows, 25 years. I don't even know how many years I've been doing it. But I feel like I'm old enough now that I could rock a different hat for no other reason than I'm older now, Satana. Now, it ain't going to be one of the propeller hats or anything like that. Here's the deal. I left my performance hats, my Wiggins hats at the house. I did not pack them the way I normally do. And then it put me into a whole trajectory of, okay, I got to find, and I couldn't find a Wiggins hat. I found one, but it was a summer hat. And, you know, your boy don't wear summer hats. You know, I got to have a wool. But I found a different brand, and I've decided here on the Shout Out Show, I'm going to break out the new brim, Satana. Are you coming into the feed? Satana, I'm going to bring Satana to. Satana, you ready? Are you ready? I can't hear your voice. I'm bringing out the new hat, so everybody just has to just hold on a minute. Pick this hat out. I saw it. I can't say it talked to me, but it grew on me. All right, here we go.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh. Hey JT, you can't do nothing with that, boy. So I broke this hat out.
Oh my God.
Bilal, it's too late.
I need some feedback. Bilal, JT, come on. I need your feedback here. Come in the comments section, please.
Boy, oh yeah, boy. Oh boy. If that ain't Gangsta Leon, I don't know what it is.
Giving Breaking Bad like vibes. I don't know if you know the show.
Guess what, Satana? I value this hat in my life. So I'm celebrating a little bit, everybody. Your brother got a new hat. Alhamdulillah. Listen, for everything that was said, listen, love yourself and love the people that love you, loving yourself. All right, I am out. I'm getting ready to break this out on the EHF crew. So you take care of yourself. I will see you tomorrow, inshallah. Look, we said bean pie, my brother. Okay, Bilal, you got jokes. Bilal think he a comedian. If you want illegal cable with 3 channels, NBC, CBS, and ABC, please call Bilal. Can we put that on a ticker? Yeah, bean pie, my brother. Yeah, I'll be on the curb. Look for me. Look for me. All right, man. Love y'all. Y'all take it easy. I'll see you later. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.